Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing this Terminator inspired look for Halloween. I'm sorry I have been a bit absent in the last week. I did have family members in hospital, but now I'm hoping to be back to my regular self, having videos out every week in the run up to Halloween. So if you'd like to see how I did this look, guys, keep watching, and please note I did prime my face before I start. Okay, so guys, the first thing that I've done is I've put this white paint as usual over my eyebrow. It's still a bit wet, so we'll get going with the rest. So what you're going to need is some liquid latex or some PVA glue. Now I'm using PVA glue because my latex has finished, but I've used it before for Halloween and I had no skin problems. The only thing, it's a bit sore taking it off because it pulls on your hairs, but you know, it's fine. I didn't have any irritation and it worked just like liquid latex, so whichever you prefer. So taking a small bit on your brush, make sure not to use a makeup brush, use a paintbrush. I'm just going to start mapping out where I want the edge of the skin to be. Start from about here. And you're going to want to do a thin layer first, so drawing up. Make sure you pull any hairs out of the way. Down here and then back up in an almost V. I know you can't really see now, but as long as you can kind of see where I'm putting it. Like so. And then I'm going to bring it up just to about here. You don't want to go too close to your eye, guys, because if you get liquid latex or glue in your eye, it can really damage it. So try and stay as far out from your eye as possible. So just bring it down again. And what I'm going to do is just around the top of my forehead here, I'm just going to add a few circles, if you get me. It'll all make sense once this is dried, I promise. And just one down on the chin. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the hairdryer and put it onto cool. Do not put it onto hot. And just start to dry your face. And then what you're going to do, guys, is you're going to go back over again with the second layer. You can let it dry naturally if you're not comfortable using a hairdryer. I don't see why it makes a difference, but give yourself a lot more time because the glue takes a long time to dry if you don't have any help. So just be aware of your time. So going again over the same lines with the glue again and just building up the layers. Again drying that, and guys, I'm going to do about 5 or 6 layers and dry it every time, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so now guys, you can see I have 5 layers on here and it's completely dry. So what we're going to do now is start going in with our foundation, and you're going to go everywhere except inside of the circles, the very center, or inside this area that you've mapped off here. So just taking some on your brush and start going around that there, even onto it, but just not inside of it, if you can. Okay, so guys, so you've got your foundation everywhere except inside this area here and in the very center. So what you're going to do is just set your foundation quickly with any sort of setting powder. I'm using the mattifying one from Catrice, which is this one here, and you're just going to put that on top of your foundation everywhere. Now going back into your little areas here, what you're going to do is just take your nail or whatever is handy for you, and you're just going to start pulling back this part here very gently so that you get a bit of a lip, like so. and just start. And you don't want to put it all the way back because then it's going to just look obvious that you've got something hanging on your face. So just pulling a little bit back. You just want to have like an edge. You see how it's coming like that now? And if you want to, you can see like this is after coming away in one very large piece. You can even rip that a bit, because it's going to want to, or stretch it and have little flappy bits, because it's going to want to look like ripped skin. So that's that part done there now, and then just going up the side here as well. Okay, so you've got your little lip now all the way around the inside there, and doing the same to the center of these little holes. Okay, so you've got your holes now in your skin. So guys, and it's time to start going in with my face paint inside the eye here and start mapping out what I want. So I'm going to go in actually with my black first, which I wouldn't normally do, but I will. So I'm just going in with the snazaroo black. And just using my small paintbrush that I always use, I'm going to just start mapping out the inside of the eye area here. So what I've done here, guys, is I've actually taken the black and I'm sticking it down behind the skin so that you can see through it like that, because you can see then that it's quite thin there. So yeah, so that's it for the black. I'm going to finish off the bottom of the eye, obviously, with eye products. I don't want to put this too close to the eye, but try and just get your lines as smooth as possible, because it is supposed to be metal at the end of the day, so just try and get them as even as possible. A few little flecks like these ones here I can clean up later with the white, so don't worry them too much. So now I'm going to be going in with my white snazaroo, which I've used a couple of times before. You can see that there. And just going to fill in the rest of the eye white for the moment. Then just taking the white and going into the dots as well. Okay guys, and now we're going to start adding some finer details. I'm going to go in with the colour Gunmetal now from Urban Decay, which is this grey one here. I'm going to start adding some details. So just some shadows and stuff like that. So I'm just adding some of this same colour in Gunmetal just on the edges here, because around here during the movie all of the skin gets really scuffed and burnt, and you know, so just adding some of that. Okay guys, and now I'm going to be taking some of my blood. So this is the Grimas Filmblood A. I've talked about it before, but it is amazing. Go and get it because it lasts for ages, and it's just, I think it's just really easy to use with. Okay, and just taking a small brush, I'm just going to start putting some of the blood onto this brush here, and I'm just going to be starting to work that up around in under here and on the top. I leave the blood there, and I'm going to go in with some darker eyeshadow on top of it just to make it a bit less pinky red, if you know what I mean, because when I'm tapping it with the brush it gets thin, so it becomes a bit pinky. And then just taking my brush and then going in with the colour Crave from Urban Decay. It's just a black colour, and just adding some black to the blood. So even if you want to do that, guys, just pull it to the side and press it down. You see you end up with this flat back now. So just going to go in with some darker colour into that edge. So guys, and for the other side of my face, I'm going to do it quite glamorous. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. You can leave the step out and just focus on this side of the face. I'm just going to fill in this side with quite dramatic eye makeup. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start filling in my eyebrows. So just going to take it on a brush because I don't want them to be too perfect. I'm just going to take some powder on the brush and start filling in the eyebrows. So. Okay guys, I'm going to go in with the colour Faint into the crease, which is just this brown one here, and I'm just going to start in the crease here and start working that in. And then I'm going to take a fluffy brush and start blending that in, so. And adding another layer. And then I'm going to start packing on the black colour onto my lid. So again, using the colour Crave, which I've destroyed now. And then taking the brown underneath first again. And then going over that with the black. And I'm just going to go in with a bit of Venus, a small bit into the arch. Just the smallest bit. You want to leave it kind of dirty looking, you see, kind of messy. It is a Terminator look after all. And now we're going to go in with eyeliner. I'm going to fix this eye first, so going in with a black kohl pencil. I'm using the one from Bourjois, and I'm just going to line this lid. And I'm actually going to line this bottom lid as well, because I want it pretty dark. And I'm just going to line the top lid with liquid liner. And then I'm just going to use my Big Fatty from Urban Decay on both eyes and just try to get rid of any colour here. I'm just going to add a small bit of bronzer to the face on this side. I'm just going to use Hoola from Benefit, and I'm just going to go in under the cheekbone. I would leave it like this. So yeah guys, I hope you like it. I will be more regular with my videos, as I say, coming up to Halloween now. And yeah, if you've any suggestions or any requests, do send me a comment under the video, and give you the video a like if you do, guys. Bye guys.